Again, our witnesses are bringing this to light. That's why we're having this hearing, because it is such an egregious human rights abuse. Our next witness, Jean Maher, I want to thank him for traveling yesterday across the Atlantic just to be here to present testimony. Chief of Staff Mark Malash and I met with Mr. Maher in Brussels a few weeks ago, and we're absolutely convinced of the great work that he is doing on behalf of Coptic Christians. And he had a poster, and I wish I had blown it up for all to see, of all of these missing girls who have been abducted, that in most cases never to be seen again, forced into a marriage and intimidated, coerced. And so I want to thank Mr. Maher for his leadership and for being here, for flying to be here. And I yield such time as he would like to consume for his testimony.
Mr. Chairman and member of the Commission, I would like to thank you to give me this opportunity to talk about this tragic Coptic girls kidnapping. And as you mentioned, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, this is the poster that with the 30 girls, I don't think they are a part of the 50 that you interviewed. These are probably other 30. This is circulating in the internet since 2008, and it was prepared by an English Coptic association. So these girls have been kidnapped, have been raped, have been forced to convert to Islam, have been forced to marry, and disappeared. You know, the number of crimes are huge. Each one is just alone a huge crime. I also had some official documents I got from the Human Rights Association in Egypt. It's one page, one girl. And you can see, you know, a photo of a beautiful girl, and then after she has been kidnapped, you see other photos with the veil. This is a certificate from Al-Azhar mosque saying that she had been converted to Islam. And almost on the same day or a few days later, you find a statement saying that she got married from a street man. So I have many, many of these beautiful girls who have been veiled and disappeared. One of them here escaped, and she escaped without her hair. Her hair was just taken away, and she is 19 years old, student in the university, and she said she was being raped. So these are just samples of parents who went to the human rights organization to complain, and they know and they told that as a reward, the kidnappers and their accomplices are paid, probably financed by Saudis and Gulf countries' money. And they said that one Coptic girl is equivalent to $10,000 to $50,000. So you can see how attractive is the business. Few girls have succeeded to escape, and they tell their horrible experience. As an example, I took NG Adel witnessing, which is circulating since about 3 weeks on the net in an Arabic-speaking video. Angie was 12 when she was kidnapped. Today she's 16. This is what she said. I went out from my school and was followed by some young people. They pushed me in a taxi and used the vaporizer, so I lost conscience. And when I woke up, I found myself in an apartment. A lady with two other girls introduced me to a man named Sultan. He took me in a room, tied my arms on my back, and raped me. 4 other men raped me, one after one. Each one seemed to have the desire to cut my body in pieces, as if I was his enemy and hates me. It's terrible when you see the girl talking. For 1 month I was beaten and had a lot of blue marks. I was unable to eat, drink, or sleep. All they wanted was to give me drugs and rape me. For 2 consecutive days, 5 men stayed in the room and raped me. I was awake, unable to sleep 24 hours a day. She continued crying. More than 50 men during this month have raped me. Then my father succeeded in finding me and I came back home. The police security asked me to come for interrogation. The officer only beat me so hard with his feet in my stomach and my back, pulled me from my hair and treated me as a street girl. They wanted to force me to say that I left my family by my own will. And nothing of these stories happened. I was only 12 when this happened. Why all this? Only because I'm a Christian? And then continued crying. Now everybody around me thinks I'm a bad girl. The father said on the video, I succeeded to get her back alone. The police have done nothing, was of no help, and they do not have the right to beat her. She has done no fault. This is an example of one girl. Now there is another example in the testimony of a mother that I met her personally by chance 2 years ago in Egypt. She knew that a French couple will attend a meeting, so she came to see us and she told her story. She gave me her daughter photo, abducted in 2007 at the age of 19. She wrote on the back the names of her abductor and her Islamist husband. This is what happened. On the last day of the faculty exams, she went to a restaurant where her Muslim girlfriend offered her a pizza and a Coke. She felt dizzy and called her parents, telling them she's coming back home because she's sick. She never came back. Despite the death threats of the police and the police phone tapping, his courageous mother traced and found the names of his Islamist husband, her Islamist abductors. One of them was registered as a terrorist in the security files. She complained, of course, to the police, wrote to the Interior Minister and former President Mubarak. After the revolution, she went to the Military Council and the Prime Minister. As an answer to all that, she had always received silence. When she tried to see Mrs. Suzanne Mubarak, one of the presidential guards told her, if your daughter is in the hand of these people, forget about her. Her daughter is now wearing the niqab, living in drugs. She was continuing her studies at the university. She was lately seen beaten in the street because she dared trying to answer her mother's phone call. She seems convinced her parents will be killed if she tries to escape. All the names of the perpetrators, the complicit police officers, the complicit university Islamist professors are available. The parents keep hoping to see again their daughter. Before meeting this lady 2 years ago, I was not aware of this type of struggle in Egypt. Living in France, I preferred not to be involved in Egyptian or Coptic contacts, limiting this type of activity to conferences, radio interviews on the Coptic pharaonic background culture. This heartbroken lady led me to different personal commitments. There is a methods people are using to reach their targets. As we say, a methodology. These barbaric acts are executed according to a well-elaborated methodology by people who want to gain money or by people convinced to be doing good for Allah by bringing a kafir, infidel woman to Islam. The number of Copts will therefore decrease, the number of Muslims will increase, since by law the children will follow the religion of the father. Since the Oriental culture, in the Oriental culture, taking away a girl virginity means taking away the whole family's honor. So the plan aims to either kidnapping or sexually compromising Christian girls by defiling, humiliating them. And the psychological effect on the girl is becoming a shame to her family, and conversion to Islam becomes a solution to the problems. So besides the girl who loses her will, the family is covered by shame, condemned by their social environment, the Muslims claiming the girl came by her own will, and some of the Christians reproaching not having taken enough care of their daughter. A process leading to humiliation of the Coptic community as a whole in front of the supremacy of Islam. In a newspaper interview, a Muslim researcher, Mr. Ayman Abdul Rasul, asserted of the complicity of the security police. He designated as a main instigator Imam Abu Islam Ahmad Abdullah, known as Abu Islam, acting through an association called Nur al-Islam, the light of Islam. He revealed that the girls are gathered in one building apartments in Cairo suburb. He also gave a list of Islamic associations specialized in dragging the Coptic girls using internet, money, employment, and other means. And he stressed that these associations have the security support and the security cover-up. He gave the list just as a record: Ansar al-Sunnah al-Muhammadiyya, winners of Muhammad Sunnah Association; al-Shari'iyya, the legitimate association, a radical Salafist one; Nur al-Islam, the light of Islam association, and many others. Information from other sources gives the methods used in 4 steps. 1. Group